Maybe you're eating out or possibly indulging in a bit of a takeaway. Many of us are. But if you're someone with an allergy, how confident do you feel that the food you buy is okay to eat? If you're buying something to eat from a shop, are the allergens clearly labelled? Well, over the last 2 years, many undeclared allergens, including potentially deadly ones, have been found in food that was on sale to the public and tested at a top laboratory here in Kent.
I'm Mark Rolfe. I'm the head of Kent Scientific Services at Kent County Council. We test food for our trading standards and environmental health colleagues across the south and southeast of England. One of the tests we carry out most frequently is looking for undeclared allergens in food. Our trading standards and environmental health colleagues will send us samples really for two reasons. The first is that they've got some information, maybe a complaint from the public about an allergic reaction, or secondly, they're carrying out routine sampling to ensure that food on sale to the public is safe for them to eat. Over the last 2 years, we've carried out 505 tests for the presence of allergens, and of those, 57 have failed. That's just over 11%. The impact on consumers when they consume food which has allergens in there which are undeclared can be really serious. The presence of gluten can cause somebody living with celiac disease severe illness or discomfort. The undeclared presence of sesame can cause serious illness and even death, as we saw in the case which led to recent changes in the law with the introduction of Natasha's law.
Well, Mark mentioned Natasha's law there, which came in 3 months ago, which requires full ingredient and allergen labelling on all food made on premises and pre-packed for direct sale. That change follows the death of Natasha Ednan Laperouse after she ate sesame in a baguette. Her dad, Nadeem, told BBC Radio Kent it was totally avoidable.
Myself and my wife and our son as a family, we've gone through the worst tragedy there is through food allergy, which seems in many ways unbelievable to vast numbers of the public. People actually die from eating something which has an allergen in it to which they're allergic. Therefore, it's really important that the clear labelling that's accurate.
But could the law go even further? Well, the family of Tunbridge Wells schoolboy Owen Carey say allergens should be listed on restaurant menus as well. The 18-year-old died after unwittingly eating food he was allergic to at a Byron Burger restaurant.
Whilst they require a restaurant to provide the information on allergens, they can do it by any means, and that's literally the wording in the legislation, which means they can do it verbally. And this is often where it falls down. If they don't know what's in their meal, or if the waiter hasn't been properly trained, they can't really tell you what they do.
Samantha Padfield is an operations manager at Kent County Council Trading Standards. Good afternoon to you, Samantha. Welcome to the show. Can you tell us why Natasha's law was brought in?
Of course. Thank you for having me on this afternoon. Sadly, the tragic death of Natasha, who had an allergic reaction to an undeclared allergen in a sandwich she bought, this highlighted a loophole in the law that Natasha's parents campaigned to change. This made a change to the Food Information Amendment regulations and meant that food that's pre-packed for direct sale has to now display a full ingredients list declaring any allergens that are present. The change in the law now means that millions of consumers with food allergies will hopefully be protected.
So since October, what do businesses have to do now?
So businesses that now offer to sell pre-packed for direct sale food have to have a full list of ingredients on the products that they are selling, emphasising in bold the allergens that are in the food. So this affects premises where the food is packed, or a mobile stall or a vehicle used by the business who packs the food.
So are KCC giving businesses advice to help them comply with these new rules?
Absolutely. Kent Trading Standards want to work with food businesses to educate them in the changes in the law. Thankfully, due to funding provided by the Food Standards Agency, we can now offer free advice to any food business that needs information about how Natasha's law affects their business and what they need to do to comply with the law. They can follow us on various means of social media, whether that be Twitter, LinkedIn or Facebook, which is on our KCC Business Advice, or they can email us directly at tsbusinessadvice@kent.gov.uk, or they can call us on 03000 412 020. Also on our Kent Trading Standards website, we have a trader guidance note and also a video for businesses to view for free to give them a start in what they have to do.
Huge congratulations. I'm sure you'll agree to her parents for getting this across the line. It sounds so simple now after tragedies like this that it should have been done initially. But I suppose until you have something like this happen, the thought doesn't occur to people. You hope something like this will never happen. Why is this so important to create more consumer confidence for people with allergies, especially around the food on the go market?
I think just because you have an allergy, you still should have a choice in the food that you can buy, and particularly food that you can buy on the go. So if you're busy at work and you want to grab a sandwich at lunchtime, you should be able to have the confidence to pick up a sandwich and see what it contains, and have the confidence that what you then buy won't make you ill. So if businesses do comply, I think this will encourage allergy sufferers to buy from local premises, which will help those businesses grow equally.
Do you hear a lot more awareness now around allergens and what goes into our food?
I think people are more aware now and expect to know what is in their foods. And I think hopefully this will give consumers confidence to ask businesses to make sure that they don't become then ill because of an allergy that they have.
Well, I couldn't agree more, and I hope the next time I speak to you, Samantha, it's not necessarily on a very tragic story like this. I hope it's a more positive aspect of Natasha's Law being brought in. We really appreciate your help this afternoon, and thank you for sticking with us. That's Samantha Padfield, Operations Manager at Kent Trading Standards, about those very important changes, thanks to Natasha's Law, which was brought in 3 months ago.